Exegesis and reflection. Do not be conformed to this world, warns against the insidious allure of temporal values. Those fleeting shadows that, as Plato might muse in his allegory of the cave, distract from eternal truths. The world, or ayin, is a vortex of ephemeral desires, pulling the soul toward dissolution. To conform is to surrender one's divine imprint to the mold of the mundane, a tragedy akin to Faust's pact with Mephistopheles, trading the sublime for the profane. Instead, be the transformed by the renewing of your mind beckons toward a radical reorientation. Transformation here is no mere alteration, but a chrysalis-like rebirth. The mind, the nous, is the crucible where divine wisdom battles human frailty. Renewal demands an active, volitional purging of old thought patterns, much like Dante ascending through Purgatorio, shedding sin to glimpse the divine. This is not passive osmosis, but a deliberate act of aligning one's intellect with celestial verities. The purpose of this transformation is to prove what is that good and acceptable and perfect will of God. To prove is to discern and embody the divine will, a triadic ideal good, acceptable, and perfect that echoes the Platonic virtues of the true, the good, and the beautiful. The will of God is no capricious decree, but a harmonious blueprint, the telos or ultimate purpose, which, as Aquinas might argue, orders all things toward the summum bonum. Application in the modern context, in our age, where the zeitgeist clamors for conformity through the siren songs of materialism and relativism, this verse stands as a bulwark. It calls the individual to rise, like Prometheus unbound, against the chains of societal expectation. Renewing the mind might involve contemplative practices, meditation, prayer, or study of sacred texts akin to the disciplines of the Stoics or the Desert Fathers. It is a journey inward to discover the eternal, a quest to align one's will with the divine. As echoed in Milton's Paradise Lost, the mind is its own place, and in itself can make a heaven of hell, a hell of heaven. Latin rendering. The verse in its entirety might be rendered in Latin thus: Et nolite conformare huic seculo, sed transformamini per renovationem mentis vestre, et probetis quid sit voluntas Dei, bona et acceptabilis et perfecta. Coda. As Dickens might intone, it is a far, far better thing that I do than I have ever done. So too does this verse summon us to a higher calling. To resist the world's mold and renew the mind is to embark on a hero's journey, not unlike Odysseus navigating Scylla and Charybdis toward the Ithaca of divine will. In this act of transformation, we prove not only the will of God, but our own capacity for the eternal. And so, as the bard would say, to thine own self be true becomes to God's own will be true. For therein lies the good, the acceptable, and the perfect. Finis.